Hello again, folks. It is Thalan McRom, and I thought I'd bring you something a little different than um, some of my other content. This is another roguelike. I know I've done a few roguelikes on the channel, but this is a roguelike I learned about from another YouTuber who I follow, whose channel's named Hardware Displayer. You should go check him out if you like some of the stuff I do, because he does a lot of cool stuff over there. But he is the one who told me, or well, I learned from his channel about this game called Unreal World, which is a roguelike set in Iron Age Finland, sort of. It's not really Finland. It's like Iron Age, Nordic cultures, we'll say, or Finnish cultures, in a island existence, in a landmass that is surrounded by water. Theoretically, there's other places, because there are foreign traders that come there and trade in the game. But it's not necessarily set in the real world. It's even called the Unreal World, and the people in the game setting understand that it isn't necessarily the real world, theoretically. It's part of like the whole mythos in the game. But anyways, it is a roguelike. So the idea is you're just a person out in the world. You pick a starting tribe, you get some starting stats, and your goal is to survive and, try and just make your way in the world and do things. There's a lot of crafting, hunting, fishing. It is a fantasy world in the sense there is magic, but the magic is not overt. It's like, I make an offering to the spirits, and my character feels good about that, and mechanically, you don't know what that does in the background. It does something, but there is no obvious mechanical effect beyond you get a message saying your character feels better, or you think the spirits ignored the offering, or something like that. So we're just going to create a new character and get started. So we're going to do custom, and so we get to pick our starting faction we're from. There's another faction that isn't listed here, but that's because they're hostile to everyone, so you can't start as them. They are just... everybody's their enemy. Don't go there. So, these people live in the southwest. These live in the vast forests. These people live here. You can press F1 and it'll tell you more about it. So, these are agricultural people. All kinds of stuff. And then the islanders live on the islands. But you can actually go find all these cultures in the game. Like this culture here that lives on the coast, they tend to do a lot of trading. They tend to be very rich, and things like that. And F1 will basically bring up anything about the different cultures, or even different things. It's like your help thing. And what's interesting about this game is it's been in active development since apparently like 1992. And the guy who was wearing like the animal skin and the let me go back. This guy here, that is the developer. That is a picture of him dressed up to use for, a picture in the game. And like all the other pictures are like friends and family of his that he's dressed up and taking pictures of for like the character portraits. But anyways, we're gonna create a character and get started here. Just thought that was interesting. I kind of want to do a fishing start. Let's do the Seal Tribe and live in the most extreme north. So let's get a good character name here. Just keep it going with the channel. We'll just do a nice name here. Let's do Derik. There we go. Let's go with that. I think that'll be good for now. Alright. And hit enter. And now we get to pick a nice picture. Ooh, I kind of like that. That looks pretty good. So we'll go with that. And then we get to pick a time to start. Obviously, winter's hard. It's cold out. You get frostbite, things like that. Autumn, you have a little bit more time. It's still getting cold out, but you have some time. Spring is generally considered pretty easy. Or or summer is the easiest. Sorry, spring's a little rough because the stuff you can forage hasn't really become available yet. But we're gonna do summer just to keep it easy. And so one of the things we're gonna look at is our stats. And actually, this character rolled fairly well. Our strength's a little low. He's also a little low in weight and height. But like everything else is pretty good on his stats. But we're gonna re-roll a couple times. So let's see what we can get, because we really like all this kind of high. Yeah, no. Strength's still low. And you just kind of do this a few times. We can work with that. That'll work. We can work with that. Yeah, although he's still real low in weight now. It's want to be. Here we go. Strength's still low though. Come on. Give me something a little better to work with. Oh, here we go. His will's pretty good. His strength's still low, but his weight's pretty good. And we're getting there. And so your weight kind of factors, like, plus your strength and stuff kind of factors in of how much you carry. You know what? I'm going to stop re-rolling, and we'll go with this. 64 inches tall, 110 pounds, but pretty decent average skills here, or physical stats, but good will and good int. And these have things to do with like how good you are at crafting and stuff, so we'll just go with that. There we go. And these are the magical spells we know. So I told you there is magic. So we know general sacrifice, that's like you make an offering to the spirits, you know. We also know the bear skull, right? So after you kill a bear, you need to take and hang its skull in a tree. You know, specifically a lone pine tree. A big lone pine tree. And that's the hunting and burial ceremonies that you have to do. You have to do it. And, like, it's not just, you know, like you cast a spell and it just happens. Like, you have to have the stuff and you have to take the actions. Fisherman's sacrifice. It's the very first fish of the spring that you catch with a fishing rod in open waters. Season should be thrown back into the water to please the spirits of the water and assure your future fishing luck. So, in spring, you throw your first fish back. Net favorableness, let a sheep run over your net, and it'll be a good net. So these are the spells we know. Alright. So let's go. Here we go. We'll hit escape because we don't. So we got that. Alright, now we get to work on our skills. So, one of the things I've kind of heard, because we get to improve our skills here, is you kind of want to lower certain things, like Tempercraft. Well, we don't want to lower that any lower. That's kind of low already. But we're going to increase our fishing, because we get 5 improvements. No, we are not very skilled at certain things. Let's see here. I'm going to improve my trapping a little bit. And my herb lore. And we'll do one in building as well. Yeah. I'm not worried about net making. Fishing's not bad. I think I'll increase herb lore one more time. Oh, I can't. It only lets you improve it once. Okay, good to know. In that case, I'll increase Timbercraft. Yeah, so we'll go. Yeah, we're happy with that. There we go. Alright, so now it's going to spawn us, or create the world. There's the world. And so it's saying we're going to spawn over here. So we can do capital or Shift C to, and it'll show us the different regions. So right now we're spawning over here in the lands of, it looks like, the Cameo. The Seal Tribe is way up here. And so we could do, like, start within home culture, which would be H. We could randomize our world start again and see it just puts us over here. Just do that a few times and move us around. Who's this? This is Owl Tribe up here. Kuka Tribe. Let's see here. That's kind of on the north there. And see, there's the Derik. They're very wealthy to trade with. And then, oh yeah. So this Nerzapath. That's the tribe that you can't start out. It's hostile to everybody. They're like down here behind the screen. But I think we'll do the north. We'll start up here near the Owl tribe because we're supposed to be from the far north anyways. Yeah, you can walk all over this map. So we'll just go ahead and do that. We'll accept that. And now we get to select how we start playing. The Unreal World is you just start in the middle of the place. Unfamiliar Wilderness, kind of a random set of starting stuff. I think I'm going to do the Fisherman, so we get some fishing equipment, and we get to be a fisherman, because I'm going to do the Fisherman start. There we go. Yep, so basically we were taught to do fishing. Okay. So yeah, we want that. And then you can do these here, and these basically living in the wild and advanced adventures. These basically give you quests to do to teach you to play the game. We're not going to do that because I kind of know how to play the game ish. I've played a number of hours. I enjoy this game. But I'm not an expert. Don't consider me an expert. But we're just going to do the Unreal World, which is there's no tasks. There's no quests that you have to do. You can go into villages and get quests from people, but you don't start with any just like, you need to do this, and then learn to do this. Any of that. There we go. And then here we go. We are starting, and just giving you some basic info. We're not going to worry about that right now. There we go. All right. And this is the game world, and here we are. So we're going to press D, and is that... Oh, sorry, we have to use our... I forget, this game is like almost entirely like keyboard controlled. So the arrow keys will rotate us left and right. Up will move us in that direction. Oh, we've got a reindeer. Let's see what we have in our inventory. So let's go press W to wield a weapon. Do we have a weapon? We have a broad knife, which is good. And we also have a club and a spear. Nice. Now let's go. Let's escape. Let's go to our skills. We are decent with a spear and decent with a club. Well, I think I'm going to equip the club because what we can see down there is that's like a reindeer or something. Now the main problem is, we're going to zoom out a little bit, is it's in the woods here. Hunting in the woods is tough, but that'll get us some food. What else do we have inventory-wise? Is it I? What is it? How do we check our inventory? All right, let me go ahead and escape keyboard commands. All right, inventory. Pick something up. Jason tile, move, push. It is just I. I should just be our inventory. Okay, so looking in our inventory, we have some weapons, which we just looked at. Well, we have a trident. I've never had a trident before. Commonly used in fishing. When used as a combat weapon, it attacks no better or sometimes worse than a spear. The string prongs have somewhat better defensive capacity. Interesting. Fishing. You can try to spear fish. Stand by waiting for fish to pass. Try and spear it. It's relatively big fish in your spawning period. Alright, pike spawn in early spring. Okay. Okay, interesting. I've never tried fishing like that. Anyway, so we also have a fishing rod with an iron hook, which that's expensive. So we started off with some really good equipment here. So we're going to want to find a place to set up near a lake or large body of water. We also have 2 bread, some dried seal cuts, and some smoked willow grouse cuts. So we've got some food. We've got some fur clothes and linen clothes. We're going to need some better clothes when it gets down to winter. But let's go into our wheeled menu and let's go ahead and equip the club. And then we'll also go with the spear for our second one. So I want to see if we can't encounter the... Oh, we did encounter the reindeer. It's in the forest, though. So, oh, it's a whole herd of this. Look at these. So, Can we go into... Let's go back to our keyboard commands. There's a stealth command, basically. Start a fire, chat, butcher, attack, throw. Where is stealth? Stealth is H. So we want to do H, and then we want to move. And R will let us run. So let's go into H. Nope, they've already seen us. So basically, we have a couple options here. We're going to try and chase them a little bit. What we really want to do is I think we can look... Let's see here. Let's look at this reindeer here and see what kind of reindeer it is. Alright, so... It's a doe. It's a bit fatigued already, which is good. But let's just keep chasing this one here. We're gonna... Oh, it is really trying to escape us here. Alright, so we've got to keep going this way. We turn on tracking. Where'd it go? And it will try to get back to its herd. Let's see here. What is the command for tracking? Tracking. Look, let's see here. Move, push. Punch. Where is our tracking? There's a way to turn on tracking, basically. And it will tell you, like, you know. Oh, periods wait for one turn, by the way. That's good to know. Okay. L or F3 will look. Alright. Current location. Look in direction. Move, pick up. Adjacent. Q is drinking water, by the way. I guess you just look at the tracks. Anyways. So, we are on some tracks. So, I think it was just, what was it? Good lord. I'll remember these eventually. Look at current location. It is the colon. Nope. Lichen covered ground. Lichen covered ground. Leading northeast, so they are going this way. There she is. I saw her. There. Alright, so if we go to look again, click on her. Still looks a little bit fatigued. She's escaping from us. So we're going to just keep pursuing her. And this is persistence hunting. This is one of the few games I've seen where you can actually, like, persistence hunt an animal. Alright, now the trick is, as she's running through this forest, thankfully it's not too thick of a forest. If we spend too many turns of her out of sight, she'll... There she is. She'll catch her breath and stop being fatigued. And it's kind of a game of cat and mouse here. Where you don't want her to get away from us for too long. Where did she go? She's kind of gotten pretty far out from us here. Maybe we've lost her tracks. I'm not seeing any of her tracks at all. See, that's the problem with these forests. Let's see here. Found some lineberries, though. Yeah, like, I think we've lost her. Which I knew it was a long chance anyways. Chasing a reindeer into the forest like this. Because there's no telling what direction she went. She's going to try and get back to that herd. Basically. But since we know there's a herd here, that herd will probably be around this area a lot. So it's not like there's more of the herd here. So see, there's another reindeer doe. There we go. And so we could like chase this herd if we wanted to down this way and try and pick off another one. But I'm not going to spend too long chasing these reindeer. Just because, you know, we have food for the moment. Though having more food would be good. Where'd that reindeer go? Sorry, go off this way here. Didn't we? What is that over there? Ant nest. Never encountered an ant nest before. That's a new one. Let's see here. Oh, here we go. Found some tracks. Let's see where they go. Alright. Southwest. So, there we go. Going this way. There they go. Down this way now. Down this way, it looks like. Where the tracks go. Doesn't help that it's raining either. Yep, there they are. Going this way. Okay, going over this way some more. Yep, okay, here we go. They made it back north somewhere. But we've lost them at this point. Oh, wait, nope, there they are. Let's see here, what do we have over here? Forest doe. Forest doe. Or stag, yeah, so yeah, like we're not gonna catch them in this anyways. But what we can do is we can go press enter and see, there we go, they are on the map. But enter will take us in and out of the map, but we really want to find water. We know that the ocean is north of us, and so we have this is a nice little pine mire area here. That's not bad, but let's head north and see if we can't find some decent water. So I wouldn't mind setting up on the coast or something. Be nice if we could see a little further. Yep. Like, you can watch the sun's moving through the sky here. Here we go. Here's like a river. So if we had like a little boat, we could cross that. We can also follow the river. Also giving us some decent visibility. I think map is also a thing that's here. Nope. Here, how do we look at the map? Map. Because we can also see the full map if we want, which we're going to go do real quick to see where we are at this point. Combat information, map. F6, okay. Nope, F6. So here we are. So we're moving our way up north this way. So we started actually near a village. So there's a village down there. That's what the little yellow mark is. Okay, no, we don't want to. There we go. We don't want to make a mark just yet. All right, here we go. And these mountains right here are good to get us a good view. And we got a person there. Some sort of human. We don't know what they are. They could be bandits. Could be traders. Alright, so let's go up here. Go up here and stand on this mountain. Oh yeah, see, this gives us a nice view. So what I think we might do is go set up on the coastline here. Kind of like this spot right here. Okay, so we're going to go into here. We're going to see about setting up a little camp. Alright, so let's go up here. We're also getting a little hungry anyways. So what do we have here? We have bushes. It doesn't tell you what kind of bushes, just bushes. Okay. Alright, so let's find a nice place to set up shelter. So we're also going to come over here and get a drink. So we just press Q. Yes. All water is fresh, by the way. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to W, and I'm going to say let's get our rough trident. And then let's go into skills, and let's go to fishing. And active fishing with the rough trident. There we go. We caught a pike. Nice. Alright, so now if we go into skills and we go to fishing. No, it's not that. It's, is it butcher? Where is it? Cookery, maybe? Fish recipes. So you could make smoked fish. So we can make soups and stuff. That's not what we're trying to do. G. We picked up the pike. Is it... What is the skill I'm looking for? Go into I. So we have our fish. Okay, so let me go back into my keyboard commands and just remember what it is to butcher. B. It is B. Okay, B. All right, we have to drop the fish. Drop it. There we go. And then B. Go to inventory. Coming up, butcher the fish. B. That's not working. All right, maybe I need to go into W and equip the knife. Nope. 2. Nope. Okay. Is it not under fishing? Well, we can also just set like a net. Because we have a net. And we'll just go right here. Over there, the water is not deep enough. Okay, so we need deeper water. Good to know. All right. Maybe I just have to just cook the fish. Maybe. All right, so let's just try fishing some more. And what was it? It was skills, fishing. Nope. Skills, fishing, please. Active fishing. And we're just going to use our trident again. We got another pike. Alright, so let's go get some firewood. A little shelter going here. So let's come over here. Skills, timbercraft. And we're just going to get twigs and branches. There we go. We're going to get all of these. There we go. There we go. And we're hungry, so let's go ahead and eat, which is, I think, what was it? Eat? Yeah. So let's eat this smoked grouse. There we go. All right, so we're good. Skills, Timbercraft. Now we're going to get some more twigs and bark, or twigs and branches, because we are, what are we looking at here? There we go. Grab those. What is this? What kind of tree is this? It's a pine. Okay, good to know. Alright, so let's see about... Let's look at this pine here. Because we want a small pine. It's a young pine, perfect. So let's go to Timbercraft again. We're going to go fell tree. Yep. There we go. And what we'll do is we will now go into skills again and go into building. And let's do a shelter. And we're going to go, say, right here. So we need spruce. Okay. So we need to go get some spruce. Do we have any spruce around here? Is the question. What do we have here? What is this? This looks like a spruce? Nope. Nope. There we go. That is a spruce. Okay. So let's get some spruce branches here. Timbercraft. Branches. Yes. And what do we got? We got spruce twigs. Okay, we'll take those. Not really what we want. Alright, S, M, T. Just do it by keyboard commands. What do we got? Spruce twigs. Alright, let's keep going. S, M, T. And G. We'll just go, we'll grab all that. And let's go back over here. And let's go back into our building. Shelter. We're going to put it next to us. We have everything. There we go. Shelter. Cool. And then what we can do is we can push items in front of us. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Push over to here, please. There we go. And then we're going to also drop all of these branches. There we go. Done. And we're going to get into our shelter here. We're going to start a little fire right there. Oh, try again. There we go. And then let's go into our skills again. Cooking. There we go. Roast on fire. Pikes. Oh. This process should be done in a few hours. Cool. And then we're going to go ahead and eat something. We're going to eat this dried seal cut. There we go. Cool. So it's playing good. And in a couple hours, we'll have some cooked fish. And we're going to come down here, and we're going to do some more active fishing. So let's see here. Let's go into our skills again. Fishing. Active fishing. And we're having really good luck with this trident. It smells like... Oh no. We passed out, and our fish burned. Okay. Let's get our roasted pikes. Okay. Maybe they didn't burn. Alright, so let's go into here. How do our roasted pikes look? Alright, no, they didn't burn. But that's okay. Cool. And there we go. So let's go get something to drink again, because our character fell asleep. Yeah, we want to drink from there. There we go. And let's go get some tying materials, because one of the things we're going to want to do, we're going to come down here to our spruce here. And I think it's SM, and then no, this is too mature of a spruce. We need a small spruce. Let's see here. Where's our small spruce? Where are you? This looks like what? What is this? That's a birch sapling. Let's try cutting down that birch sapling real quick, actually. Is it T? Okay. So no, it's not that. All right. So SM F. Yep, we're gonna cut it down. All right. E. And then if we go into here, I think it's textile craft. Nope, this isn't it. It is it timbercraft? No. Where is it? No, that's not what we got. Although, if we had the right stuff, we could make a spruce quick bow with that. Not what we're looking for, though. Maybe it's carpentry. Alright, because we need to make... So we can make birch bark rope, which would be good. Birch, this is what we're looking for. So, what do we have in our inventory here? Alright, so there's our birch sapling. There we go. Cool. So we made 4 feet of birch, basically twine, which we can then use to dry some fish, hopefully. So let's go see what we can do here. Did we ever finish building this? What? Oh. Let's go into skills, building, shelter. Okay. Let's actually eat real quick because our character is kind of hungry. So let's eat. There we go. Yeah, we are really full. And then he only ate part of the pike. He didn't even eat the whole thing. Nope. Let's go over here. And then let's go R. And then let's go there. Oh, we need some slender trunks now. Okay. Wait. Are we tired? Why did we fall? You're too tired. Okay, so we need to rest. So it is Z to rest. Remember correctly? C? It's Shift C. Hold on. There we go. Yeah. All right. Now let's go back to our building menu. SB. Here we go. Continue pause process. That's what we're looking for. And now we actually have a shelter that we can sleep in. Our character will be happy here. Alright, so let's go. We're going to eat again. We'll just continue eating this roasted pike. There we go. Yeah. Our nutrition is really good. We're going to drink a little bit of water. Yep. And then let's see if we can't catch some more fish. Now that it's starting to come back to me. And then we're going to do active fishing. Yeah, that's one. There we go. With our trident. We didn't manage to catch anything. Oh, that's unfortunate. So let's repeat with our trident. Still didn't manage to catch anything. Let's go over here a little bit. Our trident. Wow. Okay. We're just having no luck today. Well, let's go find another birch here. Get some birch bark. What do we have here, by the way? What are these? Lingonberries will be ripe after several months. And that's our herb lore skill that's telling us that, by the way. Birch, 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 birch. Birch trees. Looking for birch trees. So I think those are aspens down here, right? What do we see down here? What are these? Oh, no, this is birch. Perfect. So let's go into our timbercraft again. And we're going to peel bark. And we'll just take it in long strips. It's fine. Yep. There we go. What time is it? It is what? What time is it? Small hours. Okay. So we've been up like all night. Whatever. I think this is another birch down here. Yep. And we're going to peel bark from this one as well. Peel bark. And we're going to take this as sheets. There we go. And our character is hungry again. Need a little bit more of this pike. There we go. Nice and full. Is what we can do with this birch. What are we doing? Still, these are all line conveyors around here. So we can find things like flax and stuff to get more stuff here. And let's do some more active fishing here. Active fishing with the rough trident, please. Still nothing. All right. We gotta fish this area out a little too much. Drink some water. Nope, nothing. Let's go a little further up here. You feel bitterly cold. Alright, let's do fishing. Set a net. Net. Okay, use this, set the keys, cursor. I'll just click here. Alright, so it's not deep enough there. Alright, let's get out of the water, because this is bitterly cold. Which is not good. So let's come down here. Back to our shelter. It's still morning, so let's get warmed up a little bit. Alright, so let's... I think it's D. We're going to drop our... Where is it? Yeah, our twigs here. All of them. Yep. And we're going to push them down here. And we're going to put all the twigs there. There we go. We're going to start a fire. There we go. Come on. There. Oh, we passed out. Or we fell over. Fire again. There we go. And now we're going to rest here. Because our character is really tired. Because we've completely messed up our sleep schedule. So let's try making some rope here. We're good. I think it's carpentry. Yeah, so we're going to make a birch pot, maybe. We'll just make like 2. How many sheets of birch bark do we have? Where'd birch bark go? I had birch bark, didn't I? No. So let's do R. Let's do 1. Okay, there we go. We don't have any branches, though. That's the problem. Okay. So let's go over here. And we will go in skills, timbercraft, and we will get twigs and branches. There we go. We will grab all of those. We're going to bring those back over here, and we'll drop them. We will drop our branches. Well, actually, no. Actually, I think we can drop them. Let's try dropping them. We will drop them. all. That. Space. Alright, so now let's try crafting that. So let's go back to skills, carpentry, and let's make... What's the birch bark do? The box do? Well, we'll do the pot, because the pot's more useful. Alright, so we're just going to do one. We've got, and yeah, it's picking it up off the ground there. And we passed out. Well, I guess we're just going to have to sleep. Okay, hunger woke us up. That's fine. I'm still extremely tired. Let's go into eating. We're going to eat some this last of this roasted pike there. And we'll eat. And we'll be fine there. So let's go ahead and repeat. And we'll repeat. Unfortunately, we woke up in the middle of the night. All right, so let's see here. Cool, we have a birch bark basket. So let's see what else we can make. So let's go back into carpentry. And I think this is where we make... Yes, we make the rope here. Okay. So, what's it take to make rope? Let's try 2. 160 feet. Okay, so let's escape. So we need a bit more birch bark. That's fine. So let's go ahead and drop our birch bark that we're carrying around. Not that it weighs that much. I'm also going to drop these nets because I'm having trouble with these nets. So let's drop the nets here. There we go. All right. So it's nighttime. So let's try a little bit of fishing here. First, we'll drink some water. And we'll eat a little something. We'll eat part of this roasted pike. There we go. And then let's go back into our fishing. Active fishing. Actually, we could try with the rod. Didn't manage to catch anything. Fishing rod. Pike. Oh, we caught something. You caught 6. We caught 6 fish. Alright, I will take all of these fish. How many fish is that? It's... Oh, okay, they're not particularly good. But we can actually use those, so let's do active fishing again. Having good luck with this fishing rod. And I'm going to use one of these smaller fish. Alright, so let's repeat it. Alright. Actually, what is the command for doing our spells? Because you know what? It may not be spring, but it probably wouldn't be a bad idea just to offer a fish. Okay, F4. F4. So let's do Rod's Fisherman Sacrifice. Using... Okay. So let's go into drop. And we're going to drop 1. Cool. And we are going to push that into the water. Or is it throw? Hold on. No. G. Yes. So let's go G. All right. So is it throw? Yeah, it's throw. Okay, so we need to throw 1 fish. Failed to deliver a steady throw. That's okay. But we have thrown the catch back. Alright, so let's try fishing again. Alright. Rod, roaches. What did we catch? Caught a pike. Alright, let's get the pike. Let's eat part of our roasted pike. Yep. Let's do some more fishing with the rod. Another one of these roaches here. Oh, yeah. See, that's working much better. There we go. And let's go ahead and drink some water. And we're going to do a little bit more fishing. Didn't manage to catch anything. Alright. Fishing. We use a small piece of this roasted pike. What do we get? Got a roach and a perch. So let's grab both of those. Alright, so enter. Cool. And then we're going to stand up. We're going to eat some roasted pike. Go, but that's fine. It's late afternoon, and we're going to go back to our base here. Yep, we got some nets and stuff. And let's go into our cooking. And I want to see, can we dry? So we need dry in cold weather. So no, that doesn't work. So if I want to do this, and yeah, so we can't dry the fish. So what we're going to have to do is, let's try, nope, that's not. What about smoking? If I want to smoke a heated room and raw fish and tying equipment. So let's see if we can push something over there. These branches. We'll do all of that. And then we'll start a fire. Nope. Come on. Start a fire. Start a fire, please. There we go. Now, let's go to cooking. Can we do this in our shelter? No, we can't. Okay, so we are just going to have to roast. So first, we're going to sleep. There we go. Early morning, perfect. All right, I'm feeling good. Let's go get some more branches, because I want to get these fish cooked. And then I think we'll probably call this episode there for now. So let's get some branches. Yep. Grab these branches. And let's just do it again real quick. There we go. We're going to come back down here. Drop. Say. These branches. And we're going to push south of us. The branches. Yep. Okay. And then start a small fire. Come on. This rain's making it really hard. There we go. All right. Cooking. Actually, let's go into these fish recipes. Fish soup. Huh, we could make fish soup. I'm not going to make fish soup, but we could. Good to know. All right, but we're just going to roast these fish here. Let's try that again. Let's go R. We're going to go enter. Okay, so it's going to let us do one at a time. R. Enter. Okay. R. We'll also roast this perch. Okay, so that should be ready in half an hour. Let's go over here. We'll grab Some more sticks and branches here. We spent like 11 minutes doing that. We'll just repeat that again. It smells like the roasted perch is ready. Let's go into G. I'll grab the roasted perch. There we go. The roasted pike will be ready in a few hours. Not ready yet. So let's go see if we can't find some more birch bark. What do we have here? Young birch. So let's go into here. Timbercraft. Field bark. And I can't do it on the young ones. Okay. We need a bigger one. Alright. Field bark. Already been barked. Alright, we're going to have to find some more birch trees. We already got the bark off these. Okay. Here's one. Peel in long strips. So, there we go. Alright, so that should be enough time for our fish to be ready. That was like 2 hours. Let's go back to our house. Because the thing is, we can take this fish and we can go sell this, actually, and trade at that town we're aware of. Roasted pike. There we go. So let's grab our 2 roasted pike. There we go. Nice. So we actually have lots of food. So we could actually, like, we're going to finish this one off. Because one thing you do have to worry about is stuff will start to go stale on you. So, and then we'll eat this perch as well. There we go. And let's go get some water. Cool. We've got some food. So we are a fisherman. We have food. Unfortunately, with the weather being the way it is, we're going to have a little trouble, like, drying meat. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to set up some sort of smokehouse. So let's see what it would take for us to set up a smokehouse of some sort. So if we want to do, like, a wooden building... So what's a wooden building cost us? Okay. All right. What about this fireplace? So we're going to have to do a lot of building to get a corner here. So let's say if we wanted to put like a little cabin here. So let's just say we want to set it like right here. We need 6 logs. We're going to need an axe. We don't have an axe. So that's something we're going to have to work on getting. Because we got a spear and a club and stuff. But we don't have an axe. So we're going to have to go like trade for an axe. So let's go back to our map here. And so what we'll have to do is we're going to have to travel south to this village and see if we can't get an axe. Because we don't have a way to make an axe right now. So that'll be a project for the future. Killing one of those reindeer would have been a good help on that because we could trade the hides for stuff. But there you go. That's kind of how this game works. I may keep doing this as a series, especially if people are interested. Let me know. Have you ever played Unreal World? You know, do you watch other people play Unreal World? Are you familiar with the game at all? Is it interesting? Do you think it looks a little old for you? You know, old school. Whatever. Let me know in the comments. And if you like this content, or if you just want to see more of my content in general, like and subscribe. Helps me out. Leaving comments helps me out. And just watching my videos in general also helps me out. And if you feel really extra special, like you really want to help me out, you can go over to my Patreon if you want. You know, not going to twist your arm for it. I would love it if you would, but don't feel obligated. But again, thank you everybody. And I really enjoy making these videos for y'all and just seeing your comments and seeing that y'all watch them. So thank you. Have a great one, and we'll catch you in the next episode. Thalan McRom signing out.